Yeah, so it's time for us to celebrate 5,000 subscribers. And today I'm gonna do something interesting. I'm gonna tell you guys how I basically produce these videos on YouTube, because I use a lot of neat tools. And one of them is this box, which is the Synology DiskStation DS420j. And this box is a huge part of what I do on YouTube, because I use it to store all my videos and all of my creations so I can easily access them later on. It's a NAS storage device, and today I'll let you know how exactly I use it and why I like it so much. So let's begin the review. How are you doing, my friends? I'm Rotodil and welcome to the channel. I've been reviewing a lot of gadgets here on YouTube, and here on Rotodil I basically tell you what I think about them and all about my experiences using these gadgets, just like this Synology box. So if you like technology, this is a good point for you to click on the red subscribe button down below, so you will be able to join me on my next adventure, which is gonna be reviewing probably one of the most interesting 4K projectors that are on the market right now. So definitely subscribe so you can see that too. But today we are with this Synology box, and I've been using it a lot, basically to store my videos. The DS420j is a NAS storage device, or an external hard drive storage, just for you to host your files, but it's way more than that, as Synology, the company behind this product, is also a great software company, and they created DSM, which is an operating system that transforms this black box into a full-fledged computer you can access from anywhere. So what can you do with it? Basically data storage, and you can do a hell of a lot more. Whether it's using your data to share it across devices, whether it's to store your data so people on your internet LAN system can access the data, or whether it's building your own streaming service, or even drive setup where you have a lot of files instantly shared on the network, but then also shared with someone that is actually outside your network. And you can specify a lot of cool stuff with that drive. And today we will delve into the operating system, and you'll be able to see with me the different options that basically you can use. If you already ask yourself how much data can you store on this device, the answer is 64 terabytes of raw capacity. The DS420j supports many RAID setups where you can have 2 drives or more mirroring the same data. So if one drive fails, nothing is lost. This Synology box can also use SHR, which basically lets you mix and match drives to get more storage. And for me, that's a huge deal, because I have a lot of hard drives laying over the place, and I could basically connect them to this Synology box and start using them straight out of the bat. Don't need to have the same kind of hard drive. This supports 3.5-inch drives and 2.5-inch drives. You can mix and match and everything works. Now I want to talk about the operating system a bit, or the DSM, which is a huge part of this device. So for that, I'll basically connect this to the power and my LAN system, and we will move to the computer. Hey guys, so I took my time and also got a haircut, but I want to actually take you to the most important thing right now, which is the DSM operating system. And that's exactly what you are seeing right over here. And this is the screen that you will see once you connect to your Synology box. In my case, I just had to write a specific couple of words, Synology NAS, on my browser, internet browser, and I then just got my screen, as you can see here, which basically showed me first the installation procedure, and then this screen, which actually shows me just my desktop. And as you already know with other operating systems, there are some things you can do with every operating system, and in this case Synology has a lot of cool apps for you to use, and all of these apps kind of use your file system in a way. So first of all, let's take a look at the desktop, and we are here to do like a quick tour of the Synology box. I'm also going to tell you what I like the most, because I've been using it for a while now. And as you can see here, we have all the icons. So basically File Station is where you'll see all of your files, and you also get a bunch of directories already predefined on your NAS, but you can basically create some more if you want to. But for example, I have all my video files over here on the video shared folder. In this case, I also have some photos over here in photos, and I have the music files over here. Sorry, I don't have my photos in the photos folder. I actually moved that to the Drive application, which we will take a look in a moment. But what I want to talk about while looking at the File Station application is that this is where you're gonna be able to put your files. And if you also map your NAS storage onto Windows, for example, you'll be able to then specify that the backups will be in one of these folders or in a new folder you create. So here, that's where you basically see all of your files. So that's one of the most important applications that you'll see on your desktop. Now I want to talk about probably a more interesting app that deals with your files, and this is the Synology Drive. Make note, this is not the Google Drive you're probably used to. This is a different Drive application, but basically it's an app that does the same thing. Only the differences between Google Drive and the Synology Drive is that the Synology Drive files are hosted on your NAS. That means that you can control the storage on your Synology Drive obviously easier than what you can do with the Google Drive, which basically asks for money if you want to add more storage. And also another cool thing about the Synology Drives, as you can see here, I already have 2 files. If I'm sharing a file, I don't have to upload it anywhere. I just transfer it to my NAS and then just right click on that file and press on the share button, or get link actually, to get a link to that file. So it was instantaneous. I could easily now send that link to somebody and he can access that file without me having to spend time to upload it to an off location, away from my house or whatever. That's basically relying on my upload speed. So only when the other person will download this file, your upload speed will matter, because you're gonna be basically sending a file out through your internet connection. So the faster upload speed you have, the happier other people will be once they actually access your link. So this is just one example, but if I click on share and I go to advanced protection link, you'll see that I also have another neat feature, which is the expiration. So for example, I can specify that this shared link will expire on a specific date, and that's really unique. I haven't seen that on any other drive systems other than the Synology Drive, and I use that a lot because I don't want my files to be shared all over the place for an infinite amount of time. So I always do check that expiration box and let people know that they only have a couple of days to download the files. So really powerful tool, as you can see. And obviously you have, other than sharing, you have another set of options, tagging, labels, and so on, moving files. It's really easy to move files into the Synology Drive and out of the Synology Drive. And that's basically it. You can do a lot more with that, I'm sure, but I'm mainly using that to share files. Another thing I want to talk about today is the download station. And the download station is basically another application you can use to create a new task on your NAS storage that will start downloading files. But the neat features here are that you basically have integrated BitTorrent download system, even Emule, and you can basically download anything. And the neat thing about that is that it's going to be maintained and handled by your NAS storage. You don't need to have your computer on or anything to get your downloads going. And you also have access to the apps, the mobile apps, and one of them is the download station mobile app. So you can easily connect and then download the file just by using your mobile phone within your NAS. So you'll basically start the procedure from your mobile phone, but your NAS will do the download. So when you get home, or if you want to stream something, you'll be able to do that. And I'm going to talk about streaming in a moment. So I use that a lot. I've downloaded a lot of files using the download station, especially when we are talking about big video files. So I moved on to the video station. That's where you'll see most of your videos. And as you can see right here, I already have a couple of videos over here. So you'll be able to see, search, and play your video files here. And in this case, for example, everything plays out in the browser. And I really like that because, for example, I even played that video clip. So it asked me if I want to play it again. But all of my files can easily get played over here. And this is all streamed online via my browser. And I can also use the mobile app or even my streaming service app on my TV just to get the files running if I want to. And this is without uploading it anywhere. And if we're talking about video, we can also talk about audio. And for that, we have the Audio Station, which is another neat app. Does the same thing, only with audio files. You can then filter the audio files by using different filtering methods. You also have access, for example, to the entire folder system. So for example, you can see the files like they were in the file station, and with a bit more details. That's basically suitable for music files. And I use that a lot because I use it to stream my audio. And if you are if you like audio like I do, and you have high quality audio files, you're really gonna enjoy this, because you'll be able to stream to multiple devices at the same time, and everything's being done just by your NAS storage. The last, sorry, not the last, we actually have two more apps, and I want to talk about the system after that for a bit. We have the Moments app, which is where you're going to see all of your photos and images. And I've been using that a lot because I think it's an amazing application, because it supports your mobile phone, for example, or any other software or desktop that you have, which you can then set up to upload to this Moments app. And this means that basically all of your photos are going to go back to your NAS, and they're going to go there with the highest quality or original quality. And this is a huge deal, because if you're using Google Photos, for example, and you're still using the unlimited free storage, you do get the downscaled version of your images hosted and not the original quality. And here you can easily save the original quality because you own the storage and you actually own the files. So you still have access to where the files are hosted. It's basically in your NAS system. So as you can see over here, I have all my image files stored in the original quality. But what you also get is the smart features that you'll expect to see in a Photos app. So for example, if I want to see different people, I can access this filter, the people filter, and see a specific person over the days. So another neat feature you might want to do if you have this is probably get your files uploaded to both services. So for example, keep the Google Photos on with the normal free quality that they offer, and also have your files on the NAS storage, the Synology NAS storage. By having Moments, basically keep the original quality of the files. You can, as you can see, you can filter them out by a number of methods. You have many other options to filter the photos, but in the end, it's a neat software that really lets you have and keep the original quality of your files without losing any storage that you have on cloud storage, remote cloud storage, for example, like Google services. The last application I want to talk about is Surveillance Station. But before we talk about that, I just want to let you know that you have a package center. And here you'll see a ton of applications that's basically been developed by Synology over the years, because Synology is an amazing software company. They've made a lot of different neat apps that you can use, but you also have access to third-party apps and things like PHP or Apache web server, as you can see over here. So you can basically build up your own web server just by using third-party apps, or just install new Synology applications. And one of them is going to be the Surveillance Station, because it's not at least it wasn't pre-installed in my case, but once you install it via the package center, you can basically start using your Synology box as a setup that can record and control IP video cameras. So let's open it up and see how it looks like. Okay, so the Synology Surveillance Station opens up in a new window, and that's basically, as you can see, a new app. You have many options and icons over here once you open it up. But I want to show you, I'm getting my things ready when it comes to IP cameras my own. So for example, I still don't have any IP cameras, but I do have an extra mobile phone. And in this case, Synology has an app exactly for me. So until I get my own IP cameras, I can actually use any mobile phone to get a video feed into the Surveillance Station and actually have that mobile phone act as a surveillance IP camera. And this is done using a neat app that Synology basically has, that you can download between all of the other apps that I showed you before. We have also the ability to turn any mobile phone into an IP camera, in this case, as you can see over here. So you're basically seeing what my mobile phone is recording via its front camera, as you can see over here. So I'm just holding it. There's a delay, and this depends on the quality that you are setting up your phone. But the neat thing about the surveillance station here is that in the end, you'll be able to record your videos, and you'll be able to see a timeline and a lot of neat smart features that this software has, including a live view system that basically lets you see all of your cameras. As you can see right here, I really like that, and you can control everything from this dashboard. And that's about it. If you have more than one camera, for example, in my case, I already have only one, you'll be able to see everything over here and control all of your different cameras. So the last thing I want to talk about when speaking on the DSM, and this is just a brief overview of the stuff that I am using, of the apps that I really find myself using a lot. And that's basically most of the apps that I currently use. But another neat feature is that you can basically see all of the different functions and set up all of the different apps in this control panel. And you can basically change really specific things regarding file systems, file services, and so on. But you can also access, obviously, the most important part of your NAS storage is the storage manager. And this is where you're going to see your storage information. So in my case, I'm using Synology Hybrid RAID or SHR, which is something that you'll gain once you use one of the Synology hardwares. For example, in my case, the box that I'm using, and I'm already using 2 hard drives. So in this case, you can easily see that I have a storage pool that's basically built from 2 1 terabyte hard drives, and this is done using the Synology RAID system. I can change things here. I can add another storage device and just see my storage pool changing, and this is just amazing because this is where you're going to be able to do all of the different things that basically give you the storage pool on your system. So you have access, obviously, to everything that's related to that. And you can see the current condition of your storage devices. And you need to remember, once you have a Synology device, you can mix and match between drives if you have the SHR RAID system set up on your device. So all in all, that's the DSM operating system. I hope you enjoyed that tour of the operating system, but the operating system or the DSM is not all that you get with this device. As you can see, we also have a lot of parts here on the hardware itself. For example, we do see that we get LEDs. These LEDs will let us know everything that goes on with the hard drive. So if, for example, we have 4 hard drives connected, we can see exactly the activities on these hard drive LEDs. We can also turn on or off the device itself. Long pressing, by the way, turns it off. And this is a graceful shutdown, and not like in many computing systems where a long press actually forces the shutdown. With NAS or NAS system, it's very important to gracefully shut down the system, as you are talking about the system that deals with hard drive and data. We also see that we have LEDs over here that will let us know about the LAN activity and the current status of the device. On the back part of this Synology box, you'll see that we have a lot of interesting things. First of all, this is where you're going to open the box and see the trays that basically let you access your hard drive setup. But you can also see that we have 2 USB 3.0 ports. We can use these ports to connect external hard drives, or actually use it to, for example, attach an adapter for SD cards and have the system automatically download the files when we do that with SD cards, for example. We also have a LAN port because this is a NAS system. You want to connect it to your network via cable and not wirelessly, obviously, to get high speeds and low interference. And we also have the power plug over here. So all in all, this is what you see when we talk about hardware of this device. But the Synology 420j is actually a small computer. It has a 64-bit quad-core 1.4 GHz CPU with 1 GB of DDR4 memory. It can handle over 112 megabytes per second encrypted reading and writing speeds, which is very impressive if you ask me. So to conclude, I do believe this is probably the best storage device that I ever used in my lifetime. If you're looking into getting your backup straight and also getting file syncing features with the new multimedia options, the DS420j or a Synology box is a must-have. As always, I'm putting links in the description of this video below for more information about this product, so feel free to check them out if you want to see pricing, for example, but also make a comment down below if you have questions about the product, because I'll do my best to answer you guys, definitely from my experiences using this device. If you want to see more cool videos just like this one, check out the videos here on the right. I'm going to put two links for videos that are very related to this one, and also another one here on the bottom with the option to subscribe to the channel over here so I can see you on my next videos. Thank you very much for watching. I was RotoDeal. Bye bye.